Welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm Don't Be Billy Boudreaux, and we'll take a look at Impact Wrestling for the week of July 12th, 2012. We opened up with the match between Bully Ray and Joseph Park, and of course, remember, guys, it's no holds barred. Basically, it's a no disqualification street fight between these two guys. Now, my initial thoughts were that for it to be the opening match, it probably wasn't going to be very good. It probably wasn't going to be very entertaining. But however, I must say I was really impressed with the way this match was set up and the way it was worked. A lot of good stuff in there. We saw a lot out of Joseph Park, aka Abyss, and his I guess you can call it. Now, Bullet Ray ends up getting the win here. There's a lot of things I saw, and I just want to let you know at the time of this recording, my 12-year-old little brothers are here in the room with me, and I really don't want to repeat some of the things that were done in that match because I don't want them going to my mother and telling that to my mother and my mother chewing my head off. Anyway. Oh yeah, my mom was that scary. But anyway. As far as this match goes, I thought it was really well worked, and Bully Ray gets the win. But after the match is over, Joseph Park looks at himself and kind of goes into a trance after he sees his own blood, and then does the black hole slam on Bully Ray, and then snaps out of the trance to find himself shocked that Bully Ray was laid out. And the crowd was saying that was you, and that was you. Joseph Park was denying it. I thought this matchup was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be honest with you, because I thought with Bully Ray and Joseph Park we were going to get crap, but that's not what we got. That's not what we got. We got something that was really good, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to where they're taking this storyline next with Bully Ray and Joseph Park. Keep in mind, later on in the night, they cut a promo with Bully Ray saying, yeah, he beat Joseph Park, but who was out there? Because that wasn't Joseph Park. That black hole slammed him, so he wants to know who was it. Opening score, it's going to go 4 out of 5. I must say, TNA stepped it up with Bully Ray and Joseph Park as an opening match. Now we're going to go next to the Bound for Glory Series match between RVD and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, the current leader on the top of the Bound for Glory Series, with I believe, 37 points, 1 point ahead of Cowboy James Storm. So the way they're playing this angle is he's going for nothing but submissions. And so what we saw, we saw the figure 4 leg lock, we saw arm bars, we saw ankle laces, leg laces. Basically, Samoa Joe turning into a UFC fighter. Just going for constant submissions, because submissions are worth 10 points rather than the pinfall being worth 7 points. But RVD and Samoa Joe, great match nonetheless. RVD gets the win by catching Joe in a small package and getting the 3 count. Samoa Joe had kind of a weird look on his face after he lost, like he was about to snap, but they didn't really go anywhere with that. But RVD gets the win, and he's now moved up into... Well, I know he has 14 points now. So, next up... Well, hold on. Let me give you my score. My score, I'm going to go 3.5 out of 5 for RVD and Samoa Joe. Now, again, these are my personal scores. You guys may disagree with me on this one, okay? Next up, we're going to talk about Daniels and Kazarian. They're cutting the promo. I'm still amazed that Daniels can actually walk or stand or anything like that after taking a Styles Clash through a table off the stage, which was just absolutely amazing. I'm just awestruck on the level of violence they took that last man standing match to between Daniels and AJ Styles. I cannot wait. I cannot wait until that TNA Destination X releases on DVD, because I will be getting a copy just so I can see that last man standing match. Even though Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, yeah, that'd be another reason to get it. And some of the X Division matches, the Ultimate X match, I wouldn't get it for. But last man standing match, definitely 100%. because the level of violence and the level they took it to was just absolutely phenomenal. You definitely wouldn't see anything like that in the WWE with WWE and the PG rating and the PG era. Although some people are speculating that the PG era could be done in the WWE, but I will save that for another video. Yeah, so no, I'm putting myself far behind on all my videos that I promised to do for you guys. But anyway, next up, Claire comes out. Now basically, this whole segment involving Daniels, Kazarian, Claire, and AJ kind of set around the allegation of Daniels accusing AJ of being the father of Claire, the Junkie's unborn baby, and Claire comes on the microphone. AJ comes out to kind of deny it. Then AJ says, "I'm sorry." Claire says, "It's true, AJ. You are the father," and everybody's screaming, "What?" Including yours truly. So I really like to know where they're going with this. Later on in the evening, they cut a promo of Claire leaving, saying that AJ, you better do the right thing. And I'm like, okay, where in the world are they going with this? What are they doing with Daniels, Kazarian, Claire, and AJ Styles? I know they didn't have anything to do with Dixie Carter. They didn't talk about Dixie Carter at all. But I really like to know where they're going to take it from next week. I'm going to go out of 5. It was kind of entertaining. But yet, it was something, the crowd was chanting, Jerry, 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 as in Jerry Springer. This is something normally you would probably see on Jerry Springer, not on TNA Wrestling. So, you know what? Now that I talk about it, I'm going to go ahead and deduct a full point. I'm going to go 3 out of 5. Next up, Dakota Darso and Zema Ion. And let me just say this. I saw a lot out of both guys, especially Dakota Darso. He started off with a promo backstage to kind of fuel himself up, saying that he was friends with Jesse Sorensen, and he did not like the way that Zema Ion was handled himself after he won the X Division title, thanking Jesse Sorensen for letting him break his neck, and if he wasn't for that, for Jesse Sorensen and the broken neck, that Zema Ion wouldn't be in the spot where he is today. And Dakota Darso took a lot of offense to that, and he kind of fueled his promo, and I thought it was a really good promo. I thought it was a pretty good promo from Dakota Darso, a lot better than Zema Ion's promo after the match was over, to be honest with you guys. Zema Ion's got some good in-ring work, but Mike skills needs some fine-tuning. A lot of fine-tuning, to be honest with you. But as far as this match goes, I saw a lot of good stuff out of Dakota Darso. It was pretty much, they gave Dakota Darso, they said, here's the plan, go with it, and he went with it, and I must say, TNA signed Dakota Darso to a long-term contract. This guy has got stars. He's got headline written on him. He is a future headliner, and I'm going to say it right now. But he's got to start somewhere, and he's got the potential. I saw it in the match. A lot of people might disagree with me, but hey, this is my review. He's got the potential to break out and be a breakout star, but he's just got to he's got to cross a certain barrier or sorts or something like that. But I was very impressed with the match. I was not impressed with Zema Ion's promo. So, for my score, I'm going to go 4 out of 5. I would have gone 4.5 out of 5 if Zema Ion's promo was good, but it was not. Then we have a segment involving Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, all to set up what was going to be their return bout, which was going to happen at Hardcore Justice. And basically, Bobby Roode going, you, this, ah, you, this. It's like we're watching an episode of Sesame Street. Like, today's word is brought to you by the letter Y. You, and the letter T. This, and the letter A. Ah! That's the kind of way it went. It's the kind of way it felt. And then, of course, we get the next word, fluke. So we're going to have a return bout, and we possibly might have Bobby Roode call out Austin Aries on next week's TNA show, because it is open fight night next week. So, 4 out of 5. I thought the segment was done really well, and I was wanted to see where they're going to go next with Austin Aries and Bobby Roode, and apparently we're going to find out more about it next week. Next up, the Knockouts title was on the line. Miss Tessmacher taking on Gail Kim. Wow, in scantily clad women who can actually wrestle. Thank you. It was wonderful. Great, seeing what happened. As far as the match was going, went really well. I really didn't think they were going to take the title off of Tessmacher. Even though I wouldn't have been saddened if they would have put it back on Gail Kim. Gail Kim had a pretty good run as the Knockouts champion, even though they really didn't do much with the Knockouts title. But now they put it on Tessmacher. They're starting to do stuff with her, and just based on that fact is when you put a title on someone and they're having a good run with it and they want to see more of that champion, they're going to keep the title on that champion. They're not going to take it off of him or her for this instance. And I really didn't see that happening with Brooke Tessmacher. So a great match. I'm going to go 4 out of 5 on this. The next up was the featured bout. It was Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson. Pay-per-view main event all the way. Great match. Kurt Angle got busted in the mouth during the match. I kind of missed when that happened, but other than that, I thought it was a great match. We got two good headliners who know what they're doing, and they put on a great main event. 4 out of 5. Now we come to the part of the show where Hulk Hogan and Sting are supposed to confront this whole thing with the aces and eights. And, I kind of saw it coming. I kind of figured, they had Sting come out first to cut a promo, and Hulk Hogan stayed back there because he was going to come out a few minutes later because he had to converse with Bobby Roode about hardcore justice and whatnot. And, I kind of saw what was going to happen next. The Aces and Eights group were going to attack Hulk Hogan, and guess what? Surprise, surprise, surprise. That's what happened. That's what happened. But now apparently the group is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, because apparently as Sting was going up the ramp to go and see what was happening Hogan, he gets attacked by more groups, more members of the Aces and Eights. And I tweeted this on my Twitter. By the way, if you guys want to follow me, it's twitter.com/TheWrestleGamer. If you guys ever want to live tweet with me during the shows like Monday Night Raw, Impact, SmackDown, guys, just follow me on Twitter. And what I put it on Twitter last night is, if it's Sting and Hogan right now, who's the next on the list, and what is the basis of the storyline? Where are they going with this, and just who are the Aces and the Eights? Who is this group, and what's their reasoning for attacking Sting and Hulk Hogan? I want to see what happens next week, and I bet you that's one of the main reasons why they saved that for the last thing on the show. That's what you call a hook. That's what you call a hook on a wrestling show. They end on something incredibly interesting, like the Aces and Eights attacking Sting and Hulk Hogan, and now fans are interested to see, who is this group and why are they attacking Hogan and Sting, and just who is next. What are they after? So that's what I call a major hook in wrestling. That thing to make you want to tune in to next week's show just to see what was going to happen next. So I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5 on that last segment, for the shock value in a sense, and the fact that they saved one of the best bits for last. Even though they did announce on TNA's Backstage Pass that Sting was scheduled to meet up with a prize winner and take pictures with this prize winner from Germany, and because of the whole thing with the Aces and Eights, now they couldn't do it. So anyway, overall score for this week's Impact Wrestling, I'm going to go 3.5 out of 5. It was a decent show. Some bits could have been a lot better than there were, Zema Ion included. But I love the best bits, with the Aces and Eights gimmick. I'm really looking forward to see where they take it next, where they go from here. And very impressed with Dakota Darso. I want TNA to sign him for a full-term contract. Dakota Darso has the makings for stardom, but the TNA, they need to sign him before they lose the opportunity at a great talent. Bully Ray and Joseph Park, a lot better Then I thought it was going to be the Claire AJ Styles segment. I'm still on the fence about, to be honest with you. Still on the fence about to see about you, so, to see about it. But so next week we have Open Fight Night, and also the return of the Gut Check. So I'm looking forward to seeing, just who is this next talent, and will they be good as Taylor Hendricks? So what I want to know now from you guys, the viewers and subscribers, is your thoughts on this week's Impact Wrestling. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to subscribe to both youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV and ZFXFame. So with that being said, I'm Double B Bully Boudreaux saying thank you very much for watching.